everybody. Welcome to another Common Grounds Meet the Members. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jo Stevens and I'm the coordinator of Common Grounds, and also my business is Quirky Habits, which is actually a fun way of connecting and learning about your self-aware, your emotional habits that we all have. And I'm going down the comedy route, people. So you got to watch this and see what happens and where our Quirky Habits is going to go. So keep an eye on that. But today is not about me. Today is about Meet Our Members, and we have the amazing Shalini today. Hello, my love. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Now, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what your business name is?
Okay, well, I'm Shalini and my business name is Love Your Legals. So I am a legal practitioner, a lawyer, but I specialize in small business and micro business legals. And a lot of my work is drafting service agreements, terms and conditions, policies, waivers. I also create templates for startups because I don't believe you should use a template for complex agreements. So these are the lower the risk, the more likely you're to find a template in my shop for your business or for your need. So yeah, I just love working in the small business space. I like the women I work with, and I draft exclusively for women now in the small business space. So my ideal person is someone who's the face of their business and who probably has a contracting team of up to 5. So that's what I do, and I've been doing it for 8 years.
So what made you, so when you, going to law school, learning all this stuff about law, and so what made you want to go down this road of like legals for businesses? Was it something that you're passionate about or supporting, especially like supporting small businesses? Is that what you're passionate about?
I'm actually passionate about small business and micro business. And my first degree was not law. I was a journalist before I became a lawyer. My first block of education or university degree was in journalism and public relations. So my real love is writing and small business. I did law degree because I married a lawyer, and I helped him set up a legal practice. And I loved the setting up of the legal practice bit. But I also ended up doing a law degree, and I was good at that too. So in the end, I know it's really I'm just grateful that I have legal skills that allow me to show up in the micro and small business space from a place of genuine interest and commitment.
Absolutely. So I suppose though, in that way, like if someone like needs you like to for their terms and conditions and all of that sort of stuff, but having that other the journalist background, it can probably really help you to have more of an understanding and what their business is about, and able to like look into that what their vision is a little bit better. Do you find that that's what helps you with the journalism side of your business, of your
Look,
mind?
I think for me, it's because for me the growing businesses are exciting. It's really the aligning everything with your brand. So, when I'm working with women who are growing businesses, I want to help them show up with their contracts in a way that is aligned with their brand and their message and their personality. So it's a little bit more specialized. It's a little bit more of an investigation into a woman's perception of her own business and who she wants to show up with and how she wants to show up. So yeah, it's a little bit different from your typical, come at it from a legal point of view with everything. I also am very committed to helping women to get to the next stage of their business. Our businesses are always evolving, and it's all very well to say, well, this is where my business is going and this is my vision, but we are evolving as businesswomen, so we could take a different turn at any time. And I guess I'm always interested in helping to manage that turn, to helping to manage that pivot, which
Absolutely. Love
could
that.
go either way, you know, and I like that because that's how my business has been. I've always, you know, been evolving, and I'm still evolving. I mean, it's 8 years now, and I'm just wondering what my next steps are going to be.
Oh, I love that. And I totally agree with you because I evolve myself. And oh my goodness, that's hopefully we haven't frozen here. We had that.
May not be to doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, I was just saying that
No, we're
I have
back.
evolved
Yeah.
myself, like, changing my business. And I agree with you, is like, those things change as we go. And I suppose that's why some women and don't have that understanding of, like, when it comes to legals, it's like, I don't know yet what I want to do and where I want to go. So why would I want legals for my business? Because why would I pay for this now when I'm going to change or I'm going down different roads? So can you kind of explain, like you were saying that you have like packages and things, but why it's important for people to actually have those like terms and agreements and those things like that, like the basic things that they need for legals? Because I think that sometimes some people think that it's an expense they don't want to spend, but it's so important, isn't it?
Look, I think a good way to explain it is why people return. So this year I've done a lot of drafting for businesses and businesswomen that I drafted for back in 2017, so or 2015, 14, you know, pre-COVID really. And so these were women that were in the first 5 years of their business, from like launching to 3 or 4 years in. Now, at that point, your contract is an investment, is into you being able to do business legally, seamlessly, confidently for the next 5 years until you pivot again, which businesses typically do. You may not think you will, but there will be some change at 5 years, 10 years. Okay, that is the experience of business. And so fast forward to 2022, 23, I've been a large part of my work has been return clients, and they've come back because they have pivoted. Now, it has been on the basis of their original contracts that they have been able to decide what they want to keep doing or what they don't want to keep doing, or if they want to make major changes or minor changes. So it has been like a quality assurance document for them. It has been a platform for negotiation. It has been what they base their next move on. Okay, so service agreement is not just, you know, something, do I need it, do I not need it? It's actually in your toolkit. If you're a smart businesswoman, you will have it. Because when you come back to someone like me or go to a legal practitioner and say, look, I've decided to do something different, you have gone to them with a plan and said, I was doing this, it's captured in this document, now I'm doing this. What do I need to change? It's like a blueprint. It's actually like a bit of a business plan, blueprint. It's a lot of things that you think it's not. Okay, so for me personally in business, post with the big change, and I'm not talking about menopause here, I'm talking about COVID. Post the big change, that's what I've noticed, is that women have come back to me and said, Shalini, in the last, during the pandemic, I had to pivot. Or they come back to me and say, because of the rental crisis, I'm now having to change my business because I am, homeless. Or it is a thing, Joe. Women like you and I have been deeply affected by the changes in the economy, and it's meant that people have to think differently. So to your question, why is it so important? It's not like, look, if you're going to do business and you're going to stay in business, you need to be able to. Yeah, so
now,
I think your question was, I think I've answered your question.
Yeah, absolutely. So what happens now? Like, so if somebody wants to, like, get in touch with you? Or what is it? What is the process for you? Like, do you have like a little chat that you can have, a free chat for people? How do people find out what kind of things that they need for their business?
Well, my website's a good start, but if you are in business and you don't have anyone on your panel of helpers or mentors, you probably need to get someone like myself on it. For that, I do have like a discovery call or a free chat, which is available on my website. But I also have a very successful Pick My Brain session, because, sometimes the conversation is not actually about your service agreement. The conversation is actually about how can you do the next thing, whatever that may be, and why would you do the next thing, and what does it mean for the rest of your business, from a lot of layers. So over the years, that's where conversations go with me, is that I will always ask you, well, what's happening in the rest of your business? You're about to invest in so many things. Is the rest of it supported as well? So I don't work in isolation, Joe. I work with pricing specialists. I work with accountants. I work with marketing people. I work with trademarking people. So the support to the client is a little bit wider than just me drafting. I will come back to you for the drafting, and I'm there for the contracts. But those contracts need to be supported. Make sure that the rest of your business is happening as well. So it is something that my clients find out once they start working with me, but I'm not sure that I've captured it so well in my own marketing.
So it sounds to me like you actually are more of a, like you were saying, a mentor, a coach. You're there to support somebody, not just with their legals, but with their whole, strategy of their business in such, like helping them to capture it, especially if they're they're thinking that it's one way. And I'm just coming to you like, Shalini, I'm just here because I just need terms and conditions. I just need this. I just need that. But that discovery call, can you there to help them to be like to work with them, to be their like partner in that way?
Sometimes you think you know what you need, but I can then say, well, you need something more.
Yeah.
Or you need something different. And I can only give that information based on I've worked with hundreds of women now over the years, and usually I can see the hole or the gap. It's not my job to fill it, but it's my job to direct you to give you direction and say, actually, this gap. And usually what I find is, because so many women in business are going it alone, they may be part of masterminds, they may be part of coaching programs, but it still is not a one-on-one. Like, it's not like somebody says to them, look, I've asked you all these questions and this is what I see. And this is the hole that I think that needs the gap in your knowledge, the gap in your service, the gap in your pricing, the gap. Now, all of those things are part of a contract.
Nice.
All of those things go into your service agreement. That is how I can see, because I think, well, if I was to draft your contract, these are the questions I'll be asking you, and I do not see them answered.
Absolutely. I love that. So it's that so much more.
Very important to me that it's very important to me as a practitioner that I understand your marketing, your pricing, your client relations, your booking process, your whatever, all those things. Because actually I have to worry about them in my own business as well. This is how I know. So what comes out of your mouth in all your social media posts, and what comes out in your newsletter, and what comes out on your sales page and your branding is all very much part of your service agreement. If they don't align, and if I can't draft it for you so they align, then you have a problem.
I love that. Wow, fantastic. So that's you wanting to work side by side with your clients, helping them find their direction, helping them not just with their, their legals, their knowing where they're going, giving them. I just love that, because I think that's the problem is sometimes with women in business. As you were saying, like there's group mentoring, there's all different things that you go to, but sometimes you can be completely lost in where you're going, and you think that you need this, you think that you need that, and it's nice as having someone who has that, that legal background as well. And then also, like you were saying, the journalism side that you have, you're in small business, you totally understand where it's going. So you're able to help then guide women into the right direction, like where to go next. No, let's go down this path first. This is what, you're missing in your business, or this is what you need to include. And I think that is missing in so many, like, coaching, sorry to coaches out there, but it can be missing sometimes, and you're able then to guide them in that direction. I love that. That's fantastic. Well done.
Look, I don't think I would have lasted this long if all I did for my clients was just to say, here's your service agreement.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Plus, my interest is over and above service agreements and contracts. My interest is actually in the business and the business succeeding. Many times I have seen a business and I've said to them, look, you're not ready for me. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Been around for this long. What you need to do is your service, what you're pricing your service for and what you're delivering, they don't align with what's on your sales page. And I can draft it, but you will have problems with your clients. You'll have problems with payments. You'll have problems with refund requests, because there are weaknesses that need to be addressed. And so I then refer them on to people that I think that can help them. That's not my job. My job is very much to pick out where I would where they would run aground. Okay. And often, they don't see that in their coaching programs. They don't see that in their masterminds and mentoring programs that they're part of groups, because when you're part of when you're part of a group coaching or a mentoring program, it is what it is, Joe. You're part of a group. And everybody's picking out bits and pieces that they need to improve, but nobody's actually had a look at the whole thing. And sometimes you don't need the whole thing. You don't need the solution. First, you need to find the problem. And so, I'm in that zone where I do counsel a lot of people who are in group programs, and then they come because they've had a client issue, or they've had a trademark issue, or they've had a copying issue, or they've had a demand for a refund, or they want to let go of a client, or they want to get out of a contract. So that's the other side of the work. But can I just say, it all comes back to the contract you've signed or the contract you've given.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
Okay, so it's not. So when you say back 5 minutes ago, why do I need these terms? Why do I need these programs? Is it a waste of money? Is it is it just an unnecessary or a thing I can fly under the radar with? Up to a point, you can, until shit gets real.
100%. I was about to say, till the shit hits the fan, let's be honest.
Yeah, and I'm not someone to work on fear. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to be smart and you're going to want to be across it, this is a way to be across it.
Love it. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. So let's think about now, what is one piece of advice you would give women in business? Is there something like that you live by, or your a piece of advice you always say to people, like a quote or something? No, please don't. Hang on, wait.
My
Hang on,
advice is
wait. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. So Shalini, what is one piece of advice, a quote or something that you live by that you want to share with people today?
Get good advice. That's what I would say to you. Always in my business, this is my 8th year. I've had a lot of ups and downs, Joe. Like some days I've wondered whether do I really want to keep doing this? Because, I'm not big on commitment. It's been a long 8 years is way past. I reinvent myself like every 3 years if I can, 8 years, and I'm still doing this. So I got advice.
Yeah.
Right. Not just from it. I thought about, okay, what am I struggling with? And then I ask people that I trust, where can I go for advice? Advice is everything. I could say to you, get a lawyer, get a marketing specialist, get an accountant, get this, get that. No. Talk to someone first, identify the problem, and then get good advice. And I think this is where we fall down. Like people say, why do you need a service agreement? Actually, you don't. You need advice.
Mm.
And the advice will tell you, do you need that or not?
Oh, wow.
Sometimes you might need something else.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you shouldn't even be in business. Other times you should be pivoting. Other times you might need a different type of contract. But in the very first instance, get good advice. And I think you've asked me for advice before.
Yes.
Right? Advice is like totally important. I mean, like it could save you a lot of wandering around in murky waters. Also builds relationships, self-awareness. Yeah. So my advice is, if you're in business, starting out into business, or you're struggling, or you can't just make a decision, don't do it alone.
Yeah.
There's 100 businesses. You go online, everyone's got a discovery call. There's a reason.
Ask lots of people, and I think that, and ask
Yeah.
the right people. Like,
That's
give
right.
advice from, like, we all have our family and our friends, but sometimes it's so much better to get advice from somebody else who's outside that circle, and to give you that direction that you need.
Look, I have a very strong calendar when it comes to the discovery call, the complimentary chats, and I keep them because I am very realistic about, I may not be that person, but I'm also not going to let you go until I can tell you at least another line of inquiry to move you towards the right direction. And that is what service is, right? That's service.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Shalini. I've really enjoyed our chat.
You're welcome.
There's a few technical issues, people, so please just be patient with us, but I'm going to edit it and check it all out. So hopefully when you're watching this, it's all nice and calm. And I really appreciate your time. And there'll be you can all the links there, and to get in touch with Shalini if there's any questions you want to have that discovery call, it'll be there as well for you. So thank you so much for your time, Shalini, and I hope everybody has a great day.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
See you later, everybody.